All right, welcome to Levitt Stadium today for Game 3 in the 4-game series. We got a quick start here as John Mead on the mound for the Panthers. Buchek up to the plate. For the Mustangs. John Mead, first 3 pitches outside. Missed. So 3-0 the count here to Buchek. Buchek yesterday had, I believe, 3 infield singles in Game 2. So very, very quick on the base paths. Look to take that pitch. Misses well outside for ball 4. So Mead struggling here right away as 4 straight pitches gives a base on balls and the leadoff hitter in the ball game for the Mustangs with no outs, and that's going to bring up the center fielder Johnson. Looks like the third base coach went over and might have said something to the umpire to get some clarification. I'm not sure, but that pitch is in the dirt for ball 1. Good job by Anctil keeping that in front of him. He actually throws it over to first as he thought Buchek might extend his lead after he saw the pitch in the dirt. Again, it is a very, very windy day. This afternoon is about 55 degrees with a strong north wind, stronger than yesterday. It's probably 30 gusting to 35, 40 this afternoon. Checking the runner over at first. Again, Mead yet to throw a strike in the ball game, facing the lefty Johnson. Trying another quick pick move over to first. Swing at that one, hard hit grounder over to shortstop. Got a 6-4-3 double play for Enriquez to Rudy Perez, Jordan Suter. So a great job there by John Mead. The first strike he throws today is a grounder to Enriquez, getting the speedy Buchek off the base paths. And there's 2 down here in the top of the first inning. And now batting is going to be Buchek. Check out the first name for that, just a second. All right, I apologize for going off the air. I had a call from the press box trying to talk to me as I am in the outfield here. Also, forgot that I'm doing all kinds of things here. Video, official score. I'd forgotten that with an early day, Here, there's a lot of guys still in class. So DJ, who's been doing the scoring for me, is still in class. So I forgot to input that double play. But then the second boot check earns a free base on balls as well, and that's going to bring up Richardson, the DH, who is a strong hitter as well. What some people in the press box were saying is that John Meade purposely pitched around Buchek to get him on base because Johnson grounds out so often that he might have intentionally or non-intentionally walked him to force the double play there. Still struggling to find that strike zone. The 1-1 pitch is low, but a swing and a miss and puts the count at 1-2. So Meade getting a little bit of help there by the Mustang batter, swinging outside of the strike zone, something the Panthers did a lot of yesterday. That pitch is even further out of the strike zone. Anktel has a little trouble locating it, but able to do so without a runner advancing. And the 2-2 pitch is going to be well out of the strike zone again, getting Richardson to chase after that one. And he's going to be tagged out by the catcher. So Meade walks two batters, but gets a ground out double play and a strikeout on those four batters he faced in the top of the first inning. Due up for the Panthers in the bottom half of the inning will be Rudy Perez, Anthony Enriquez, and Ivan Perez. All right, back here at Levitt Stadium, the first pitch to Rudy Perez is called a strike. Next pitch is outside. So 1-1 now the count to Perez. Perez batting .358 on the season. Hits this one, a hard hit ball into center field. It is going to be caught by Johnson in center field for out number one. That's going to bring up Anthony Enriquez. Season. And so I like this matchup given today. The 2-2 pitch here to Enriquez looks to be inside, but it's going to be a called third strike. And that's going to be out number 2 for the Panthers. And that's going to bring up Ivan Perez, the center fielder. Ivan Perez is batting .315 on the season. First pitch he sees, he's going to ground over to the third baseman. Third baseman's going to scoop that one up, throw it over to first. So 3 up, 3 down for the Panthers in the first inning. Unlike the first 2 games, Panthers unable to score a run in the first inning. So after 1 complete inning of play, score is tied 0-0. McLemore now batting for the Mustangs. First pitch, quick move over to first, but he's going to be safe. First pitch to Nichols, right across the middle for strike 1. Next pitch is fouled off into the parking lot. No cars in the parking lot today. Again, a 1 o'clock start on a weekday. Most of the students are in class. Those that aren't might be skipping. Got about 30 fans in the stands so far this afternoon. 0-2 pitch here from Meade. Trying to get him to chase that one as it's in the dirt for ball 1. Nichols did not play yesterday. He's batting .213 on the season. Here's a 1-2 pitch. This is going to be hit into right field. Pella is underneath it for out number 1. McLemore makes his way back to first, and that's going to bring up Boucher, the second baseman. Boucher batting just .196 on the season for the Mustangs. Try a back pick there. So you can see the dirt swirling around at home plate. Shows you the strength of the wind so far. They did wet the infield right before the game started, but this wind is just picking things up. Showing bunt, pulls back. That pitch misses as well for 2-0 count. Fastball swinging, fouls that one off. Puts the count at 2-1. Two-one pitch, and does not pitch. He actually throws over to first, trying to get McLemore sleeping. It's a close play, but it is safe on the slide back in. Fastball outside part of the plate, called strike. And he's going to look at strike 3. Good looking pitch there over the outside half of the plate. Going to be 2 down now here in the top of the second inning. McLemore is at first, and that brings up the catcher Bunker. Bunker batting .286 on the season with 3 RBIs. That fastball low and outside for ball 1. Hard hit ball into left field. Sean Goodall underneath that one, and that's going to be out number 3. That ball hit our direction, but the wind is going to help hang that up. Sean Goodall doesn't have to move very far. So again, allowing a base runner for the Mustangs, but they are unable to move him past first base. And the Panthers have their 4, 5, and 6 hitter due up for them in the bottom half of the inning. Anctil, Bueno, and Johnson. Garrett Anctil now to bat for the Panthers. He hit .500 on the week, .500 yesterday. Had 2 doubles on the afternoon yesterday. We'll see if he can continue that streak today. First pitch he sees, he's going to ground a hard one over to the shortstop. That's going to be thrown over to first for the 6-3 ground out. So very quickly, 1 down here in the bottom of the second inning. And that's going to bring up the designated hitter, Jose Bueno. Bueno was 5 of 6 yesterday with 1 home run, 6 RBIs. His home run was over the right field fence, about 3 or 4 feet above the window of the Armory of the National Guard. Just hit a bomb as that pitch is low and inside for ball 1. That pitch drops low outside of the strike zone, so puts the count at 2-0. Catcher cannot handle that one, so he's got to chase after it for a minute. I'm sure after the way that Bueno hit yesterday, they're not wanting to give him anything too easy to make contact on, try and get him to chase something that is high and inside for ball 3. I'd expect this to be the first strike thrown to Bueno on a 3-0 pitch, 3-0 count. He's probably going to take this. And that's low and in the dirt for ball 4. So base on balls for Bueno. That's the first base runner of the afternoon for the Panthers. And that's going to bring up the third baseman, Michael Johnson. The hard, deep hit ball into left center field. The center fielder's going to go back and grab that one. So Johnson makes good contact on the first pitch he sees, but it's going to be a fly out to center. And that's going to bring up Jordan Pella, the right fielder. Pella hit .400 yesterday, 2 for 5 with 2 RBIs and a walk. Pitch looked decent, but I guess I didn't see the first pitch there as it's already 1-1 in the count. But the first pitch, or the second pitch to Pella looked like it was a decent pitch, but the catcher struggled catching that, so that pitch tails away for ball 2. Good read on that pitch, but Pella fouls that one off. Stays alive at 2-2. Unable to put that in play into any gap and allow base runners to advance. Again, 2 down here. Bottom of the second inning, Jose Bueno is at first base. Trying to get him to chase that one in the dirt, but he holds back. Fills the count up at 3-2. Swing and a miss for strike 3. That will end the inning. After 2 complete innings of play, there are zeros all over the scoreboard. No hits for either team. No errors, no runs. Due up for the Mustangs, top of the third will be their 9-hitter Howard, followed by Buchek and Johnson. All right, Howard coming up to the plate for the Mustangs. 327 on the season with 11 RBIs. Pretty good batting average for somebody sitting in the 9 hole. But allows them to get a base runner most of the time, and then their leadoff hitter, Buchik, very successful getting on the base paths as well. The 1-1 pitch here to Howard. High fastball, ball 2. That ball's going to be fouled off into the backstop. Looks like it might have gone through the backstop. Evens the count at 2-2. This pitch is going to be hit into right center field. Pella able to make his way over there and grab that one for the out. Howard stretched quite a ways on that to swing. Puts it into play, but right at Jordan Pella, cruising over a little bit to his right. And that's going to bring the top of the batting order, the shortstop Buchek. Josh drew a walk, his first plate appearance. Hard hit ball over to Enriquez at short. And a great turn and a throw over to first just in time. Looks like that might have hit off the pitcher's rubber as it took quite the hop. And a great job by Enriquez throwing that over in time as he was in shallow center field by the time he fielded that and was able to turn. And that's going to be out number 2, and that's going to bring up Johnson, the center fielder. And Meade, fastball down the middle, strike 1. Hard hit ball over at Perez. Perez misses that one. On the 0-1 pitch. Rudy just misjudged that one. That's going to put Johnson at first. That's going to bring up Buchek, the first baseman. First pitch to him is a ball. Checking Johnson over at first. Pitch is in the dirt. Good job by Anctil keeping it in front of him. Puts the count at 2-0. That pitch low as well. So 3-0 here. 2 down. Had the opportunity to be out of the inning, but a misplayed grounder at second allows the inning to keep going. And on the 3-0 pitch, this is going to hit the ankle of Buchek. And he is in quite a bit of pain here. That's going to earn him a free base, but I'll be interested to see if they might have to sub him, as he is in quite a bit of pain here. It's like our athletic trainer Chad Karcher out there checking on him to see if where exactly it hit him. I'm guessing it hit him in the ankle or the foot or something right on a bone. Looks like that pitch got away from Meade, not really wanting to put two runners on with two outs. Looks like he is going to stay in the ball game. He's going to trot over to first base. And that's going to bring up a dangerous hitter in Richardson, their DH. Richardson hit just 200 yesterday, but he's batting .431 on the season. So a very dangerous hitter now. Anything to the gap is going to be more than likely an RBI for Richardson. Fastball there, called strike. Richardson did strike out swinging his first plate appearance. Pitch is in the dirt. Good job again by Ankdell, making sure that that does not get away and not allow any runners to advance. Here's a 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Got a nice breaking ball there by Meade, getting Richardson to chase after that one out of the strike zone. Puts the count at 1-2. Not sure if Meade's going to try for that again and see if he can fool Richardson once again, or if he's just going to throw a fastball and try and get it right by him. That one's in the dirt again, but well in front of the plate. Richardson does not chase after that one, so it evens the count at 2-2. And that's going to paint the outside part of the plate for a strike three looking. So the Panthers able to get out of the inning after committing an error with two outs, allow two base runners, but get out of the inning unscathed again going into the bottom of the third inning. It will be our 8-9 and back to the top of the batting order. So Suter, Goodall, and then Rudy Perez. Jordan Suter, batting just .158 on the season, steps into the batter's box. Pitch is outside for ball one. Suter did have a hit yesterday, a single. 1-0 pitch is up and outside for ball two. Again, Swaggerty, very effective on the year, just a 2.36 ERA, 34 strikeouts, and opponent's batting average is .218. 3-0 the count here to Suter. Look for him to take a fastball down the middle on this pitch. And he does just that. Takes another pitch. So fills the count after being ahead 3-0. Takes the next two pitches. Just watches them. Make sure that Swaggerty able to find the strike zone, which he does. So Suter does not even take a swing, and he goes down on strikes. Something he's got to be a little more aggressive there. Had the opportunity to watch two pitches right down the middle. Watches the third one, and you really hope that he swings at that. Unfortunately, he does not. And that's going to bring up Goodall with one out now, the left fielder. Pitch is high for ball one. Pitch tails low and outside for ball two. Goodall just a 1.90 ERA. Does have 2 home runs on the season. I think that was quite a while ago. So he fouls off that pitch behind him for strike one. And he's going to get underneath this one. This is going to be hit into left field. Left fielder has to go about 15 feet forward, as that wind just keeps pushing it further and further in. What would normally probably be hit about 280 or 290 ends up going about 215. And that's going to bring up Rudy Perez, who flied out to center in the first inning. So the Panthers finally able to get around to facing Swaggerty for the second time. That pitch misses for ball one. Again, Panthers only had one base runner so far. That was Jose Bueno on a base on balls. Takes that pitch on the inside part of the plate for a called strike. CBC has had a few base runners due to an error, a hit by pitch, and 2 walks. Soft hit grounder over to the first baseman. He's going to step on the bag for the unassisted out, and that's going to be another 3 up, 3 down for Swaggerty. He has faced one more than the minimum, and the Panthers tied 0-0 with the Mustangs. Going into inning number 4 will be McLemore, Nichols, and Boucher due up for the Mustangs. First pitch to McLemore misses. He was hit by a pitch in the second inning. Looks like Meade might be trying to push some of these batters off the plate a little bit as they're hugging it. It's 2-0 now, the count. Fastball down the middle is fouled off down the first base line for strike number 1. That will be the first hit of the ball game for either team, as that's going to be a grounder into right field. So McLemore credited with the first hit of the ball game, and that's going to bring up the left fielder, Nichols. Nichols flied out to right in the second inning. Checking McLemore again over at first. Slides in, safe. Once again, throws over to first. No outs, runners at first base. Top of the fourth. Score 0-0. Hard hit grounder over to the third baseman. And it's not going to be in time to turn a double play, but it will be a fielder's choice. They get the lead runner at second. So McLemore goes back to the dugout. Nichols stands on first, and that's going to bring up the second baseman, Boucher. Boucher struck out looking his first plate appearance. Fastball, swing and a miss for strike one. Boucher again just hitting 194, but he's got an on-base percentage of over 350. Try a quick move over to first. Suter knocks it down, but not able to catch it, but good thing he doesn't let that get past him. So the count still 0-1. Johnson playing in at third. Hard hit grounder over to third. This time they do turn the 5-4-3 double play. Nichols pretty quick there at running over to second base, so he's pretty frustrated, not able to beat out that throw, but that was a hard hit ball over to Johnson at third. Good thing he was playing in. He only has to take one step to make the turn. Great job by the Panthers, again, with allowing a runner with no outs and getting out of the jam. So the Panthers, going into the bottom of the fourth inning, will be Enriquez, Perez, and Anctil. 0-1 pitch, a soft grounder over to second base to Boucher. Boucher throws over to first for the 4-3 ground out for Enriquez, and that's going to bring him to center fielder Ivan Perez. Perez grounded out to third. His last plate appearance, called strike on that one. One pitch here to Perez, swing and a miss. So Swaggerty again, tremendous job so far today. All right, apologize for that. Had a phone call about a staffing issue over at game, getting ready there. After a single by Perez, Anctil's hit by pitch, then there's a meeting on the mound, and then a ground out to first. Buchek grabs the ball and throws it over to Swaggerty covering first, but that advances runners to second and third. But there are two outs here in the bottom of the fourth inning. That's going to bring up it's going to bring up the third baseman, Johnson. And that's going to hit him on the upper shoulder to load the bases, which probably doesn't hurt the Mustangs. Now they've got to force at any plate instead of just going to first. They've got to force at any bag. And that's going to bring up Jordan Pella, the right fielder, hitting in the 7th spot. Does not have a great batting average on the season, but to me, I think he actually hits better in a situation with runners in scoring position. That one's going to be a called strike on the outside part of the plate. One thing I love watching Ivan Perez at third, he really tries to dance over there and get in the peripheral vision of the pitcher and try and mess up his concentration. It's going to be a soft grounder hit over to right back to the pitcher. So Jordan Pella unable to get a run across for the Panthers with 2 outs there. The Panthers load the bases and strand all runners aboard. But the Panthers get their first hit of the afternoon. Each team now 1 hit apiece, but there's still zeros on the board through 4. Bunker now batting for the Mustangs. He flied out to left in the 2nd inning. Batting .278 on the season. Looking at a 1-1 count now. Soft hit ball into the infield. Johnson throws it over to first. The Sooners really got to stretch for that one. He does. Had to take a pause there and make sure the umpire see what he called there, but Suter did keep his foot on the bag just long enough for out number 1. And that's going to bring up the right fielder, Howard. Howard did fly out to right, batting over 300. First pitch he sees, soft hit grounder over to second. Perez fields that one, throws it over to first for out number 2. And to the top of the batting order for the Mustangs with 2 down will be Josh Buchek, a walk and a ground out. Pitch is in the dirt for ball 1. Two-0 pitch is going to be lined into right field over Jordan Pella. And that's going to be a stand-up double with 2 outs for Buchek deep to right field. So again, with 2 outs, runner is in scoring position for the Mustangs, and Johnson, who's grounded into a double play and reached on an error, now into the batter's box. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Pitch well in the dirt. Looks like the gripping that Meade has is struggling a little bit on some of these off-speed pitches, trying to get some movement, and it's just maybe catching a little too much. So he's had a lot of pitches in the dirt so far today. Again, another one there. Anctil really having to work himself behind the plate today. 2-1 the count here to Johnson. And now 3-1 now the count. Fastball down the middle of the plate, fouled off. So fills the count there. Good job by Meade after making it his job a little tougher. 0-1 and 3 straight pitches outside the strike zone. Fills the count at 3-2 with 2 outs. Runner is a scoring position at second base. Off-speed pitch, hard hit ball over to the third baseman. And he's going to throw over to Suter, and it is on target. So a stranded runner once again for the Mustangs. That's 5 on the day. But they do get their second hit of the ball game. Due up for the Panthers in the bottom of the 5th inning will be Suter, Goodall, and Perez. Oh, 0-1 pitch to Suter here. Back with you at Levitt Stadium. Suter struck out looking after 3-0. Watches the next 3 pitches swinging here this time around. But finds himself quickly behind 0-2 after he fouls that one off. Hard hit grounder into right field, right between the first baseman and the second baseman. So the second hit of the ball game for the Panthers comes in the 8th spot with Jordan Suter getting on base with no outs. And that's going to bring up Sean Goodall, the left fielder, who flied out to left, shallow left, after the wind hung that one up in the air. So runner is at first for the Panthers here. Sean Goodall looking to advance the runner over to second base, and he does with the sacrifice bunt. And that's going to bring up Rudy Perez, the top of the batting order. You like to see this with the top of the batting order in less than 2 outs, a good opportunity to get a run across when there's a runner in scoring position already. Panthers unable to get a run across in the bottom of the 4th inning after having the bases loaded with less than 2 outs. Or with 2 outs, excuse me. First pitch he sees, swings on, but fouls that one down the right field line for strike 1. Pitch is low for ball 1. Looks like Perez is just going to go ahead and swing away at these pitches, but it's not unforeseen that he would try and bunt himself on. And here Suter does a bad job reading that play as the third baseman fields the ground ball. Suter does not head back to second base and instead gets caught in the rundown. And he is going to be tagged out. With 5-4-5. Perez is going to stay at first. Perez, I don't think, realized that there was a pickle there. He might have tried advancing to second. But right away, he take second base there on a stolen base. The pitch to Enriquez was high for ball 1. And Perez is in scoring position. But now there's 2 outs after Suter got tagged out. Swing, this one's popped up into the infield. And the wind messes that one up. The third baseman unable to field that one. Rudy Perez, very smart on the base paths, knowing with 2 outs that he has a chance to get around and that ball can stay alive. And it does just that as that ball drops in the infield. Field single is how that's going to be credited for Enriquez, an RBI single at that. And we can thank Mother Nature on that one. That wind just swirling around, allowing the third baseman not to be able to catch that. So the Panthers on the board first here in Game 1 on the afternoon, Game 3 of the series. 1-0 lead so far here in the 5th inning. 2 down. Enriquez at first. Ivan Perez at the batter's box. He is 1 for 2 on the afternoon. 0-1 the count right now. Next pitch, a called strike. Perez singled through the hole at short his previous at-bat in the 4th inning. Hard hit ball just out of the reach of the third baseman. Enriquez is going to try and stretch this over to third. He does. And on the throw to third, Ivan Perez very well aware of the situation, and he's going to round first and go over to second. So now with 2 outs, the Panthers have runners at second and third, and with Garrett Anktil coming to bat. Anktil grounded out to short and then was hit by a pitch. So 0 for 1 today so far for Anktil. Anktil is batted 500 yesterday, 500 on the week last week. First pitch he sees, he's going to foul off behind for strike one, excuse me. Enriquez is at third, Ivan Perez at second. There are 2 outs here. Anything in the gap scores 1, if not 2. Oh, 1 pitch here from Swaggerty. In the dirt. Looked like Anktil really wanted that one, and he holds back. Evens the count at 1-1. And that pitch low and outside. Fastball, this is going to be in play, but it's going to be popped up into shallow center field. The center fielder makes the grab there for out number 3. But the Panthers score 1 run on 3 hits, no errors, 2 runners left on base. The Panthers lead 1-0 after 5 complete innings of play. Sam Buchek now up. He's a 0 for 0. He's walked and been hit by a pitch in today, so earned 2 free bases so far this afternoon. Check swing there. Called strike, so that's evens the count at 1-1. Again, the Panthers score 1 run with 2 down in the bottom of the 5th inning thanks to a strong north wind. Swing and a miss there. It's kind of 1-2. I really thought that Anktil hitting that one into center field, shallow center field, as high as he got that, had the opportunity again to drop in play because they just couldn't tell. The shortstop and the second baseman both out there, and then they just took off away from it as the center fielder called him off of it. Buchek doing a good job of staying alive, fouling off the last 2 pitches. Meade's pitch count is at 71. A 9-inning game here scheduled. Hard hit ball laced over to Suter at first. He's going to grab that one, get the out unassisted. We have yet to play 9 innings in a game yet, as the 9 innings scheduled yesterday was done after 7 with a 10-0 score. And now the designated hitter Richardson has 2 strikeouts on the afternoon. Looks to get himself safely on the base paths as that pitch is well outside for ball 1. That pitch well inside again for ball 2. And ball 3. So Meade not able to locate a pitch here. Michael Johnson looked like he was going to go have a conversation with Meade, but he's just going to walk in, maybe say something real quick, and then jog back out to his position. It's a 3-0 pitch here, fastball down the middle. And ball 4 will get get a free base. The first one for Richardson, but another one for the Mustangs, and that's going to bring up McLemore. McLemore has been on base safely with a hit by pitch and a single to right. And Meade again, quickly behind in the count, 2-0. Two-0 pitch here with 1 out, runner at first base. This one's going to be popped up, but out of play. Two-one pitch. This is going to be lined foul down the right field line. Looks like McLemore had a pretty good timing there on that swing, but just out in front of that one. That for sure would have been an extra base hit. Might have scored Richardson from first. Two-two pitch here from Meade. And this one's going to be timed a little bit better. That's going to be hit into right field. So with 1 out, there are 2 base runners for the Mustangs at first and second. That's going to bring up the left fielder Nichols, who's flied out to right and reached on a fielder's choice. Fastball down the middle. That's going to be grounded over to Enriquez. The only play he thinks he has is over at first. Looked like he might have had time to go to second. Was definitely not going to get Richardson, the lead runner. Decides not to go for the close play at second, so he ensures an out. So with 2 down here, runners at second and third, looks like Central Baptist is going to bring in a sub. Not sure if that's going to be a pinch hitter or not. Looks like it's going to be Flusmeyer, who I believe had a pinch hit yesterday. So with 2 outs, they're not going with Boucher. Flusmeyer's batting .280 on the season. And Meade does not locate that first pitch, so it's going to be in the dirt for ball 1. Mustangs 1 hit away from getting the lead here with runners at second and third. And that pitch well out of the strike zone for ball 2. Hard hit grounder. Great job by Johnson to field that one. Unable to pick it up and get it over to first. So they're going to score 1. It does prevent the second run from going home, but unable to get that one. A great diving play, though, by Johnson to knock that ball down. But that is going to tie the ball game here. So Flusmeyer does what he's called to do, and it looks like they might have another pinch hitter coming in or a pinch runner. I'm not sure. There's going to be a pinch runner. It is going to be, or hitter, excuse me, Heffley. Now batting for the Mustangs. Heffley did have an appearance. He was 0 for 1 yesterday in his pinch hit opportunity. First pitch to Heffley. Fouls that one off behind the press box. And Flusmeyer is no longer, they must have subbed Flusmeyer as well, because that's number 3 on the base paths now, and he just gets credited with the stolen base. Oh, Boucher's re-entered. Count is now full to Heffley. That's going to be ball 4. So Coach Walth is going to go out onto the mound as they have runners at every base with 2 down here. Score is tied 1-1 here in the top of the 6th inning. All right, that coach's meeting on the mound is over. First pitch to Howard, fouled off. Howard is 0 for 2 on the day, but again, batting well over 300. So exactly what the spot you want to be in now with your 9-hitter, a very successful hitter. Bases are loaded, 2 outs. This one's going to be hit high into right field. Pella going to call off Rudy Perez and snag that one in shallow right. They do strand the base runners, but the Mustangs do get one back here in the top of the 6th to tie the ball game at 1-1. So we got a whole new ball game here going in the bottom of the 6th inning. Due up for the Panthers will be Bueno, Johnson, and Pella. Jose Bueno 0 for 1 today with a walk. Grounded out to first, his last plate appearance. Another grounder over to first. First baseman Buchek is going to grab that, throw it over to the pitcher covering first. So Bueno grounded out to first his last 2 times at bat, and that's going to bring up Michael Johnson, the third baseman. He's 0 for 1, also earned a free base by being hit by a pitch on the shoulder. There's some action in the Panther bullpen. Johnson shows bunt, pulls back, and it's a called strike. Looks like P.J. Matha is warming up in the bullpen for the Panthers. Fastball again down the middle for strike 2. Swaggerty very effective on the day, only thrown 66 pitches. That pitch is up for ball one. Off-speed pitch. Good patience by Johnson as he fouls that one off. Has to slow up his swing a little bit to make sure he makes contact. That pitch is low and inside. Evens the count at 2-2. Hard hit ball. Just foul. Thought that bounced right over, but it must have hit just foul out of the reach of McLemore. That was definitely gonna be a single, but unfortunately just a little bit too far down the line. And that's just gonna keep the count at 2-2. High fastball fouled off. Off-speed pitch was dropping in the strike zone. Johnson gets just enough of that to stay alive as he'd already committed on the swing. So good job so far here by Michael Johnson battling with one out. And that one's low for ball three. So after finding himself quickly behind 0-2 on the first two pitches, has battled himself into a full count situation here against Swaggerty. Off-speed pitch, and this is going to be lined into center field. Hard hit ball. Did not get very high at all, but it was hit with such force that the center fielder Johnson able to make the out for out number 2. And that's going to bring up the right fielder Jordan Pella. Pella's 0 for 2 so far. He struck out swinging and then grounded out to the pitcher with the bases loaded in the fourth. Pitch looked a little outside, but it's going to be called strike. Must have touched the outside part of the plate. Hard hit grounder over to the shortstop. Great job fielding that one. Pella is going to be thrown out at first by a 6-3 ground out. So Panthers unable to answer in the bottom of the 6th inning. So after 6 complete innings of play, score is still 1-1. And back to the top of the batting order for the Mustangs to start the top of the 7th inning. back here at Levitt Stadium. P.J. Matha is on the mound in relief for the Panthers here in the 7th inning. First pitch misses low and outside for ball 1. So Matha, coming in relief yesterday in game 2, fastball on the outside part of the plate, called strike, is going to get another appearance today in relief after Meade goes 6 complete innings, giving up 1 run in the 6th. Johnson going to field that one in fair territory, just able to knock it down. Hard hit ball there. It looked like had the opportunity to get by him. That's going to put Buchek at first on the infield single. Good bunt attempt there, and that's going to be fouled off for strike 1. So they're trying to get their lead runner over into scoring position with less than 2 outs after they got a leadoff hit. Buchek does have the speed to steal a base here. Bunt there, and Matha's going to field that one, but it does the trick for the Mustangs, getting the lead runner into scoring position with less than 2 outs. And now Sam Buchek, who's 0 for 1 with a walk and a hit by pitch, is coming to the plate. First pitch, called strike on the outside part of the plate. Oh-2 the count here. The 0-2 pitch low, trying to get Buchek to chase that. Swing and a miss there for strike 3. That's going to put 2 outs on the board. And that's going to bring up Richardson, the designated hitter. Does have a run scored, the only one for the Mustangs in the ball game, just in the last inning. Went back and that changed the official scoring. That was an error on Johnson at third. So Buchek on second due to an error. Check swing there. Looks like that's going to be foul tipped for strike 2. And that pitch there fooled Richardson as he strikes out looking. So the Panthers allow a run, or allow a base runner with no outs due to an error. And then Matha does the rest as he gets the sacrifice bunt is out number one, and then a strikeout swinging and a strikeout looking to end the inning. So in the bottom of the seventh inning, we will have Jordan Suter, Sean Goodall, and Rudy Perez due up. Jordan Suter now stepping into the batter's box for the Panthers to lead off the seventh inning. First pitch is in the dirt for ball one. Suter did single through the hole at second in the fifth inning, made his way to second, and then got thrown out or tagged out, I guess. Hard hit ball up the middle, and that's going to be the second single of the afternoon for Jordan Suter. So moving Suter into that 8 spot might have been good for Coach Walth and the Panthers, as he is 2 for 3 this afternoon. That's going to bring up Sean Goodall. Goodall flied out to left and then had a sac bunt in the fifth inning. Looks like there might be a pinch hitter here for Sean Goodall. Nope, there's going to be a pinch runner. Cody Bach is going to pinch run for Jordan Suter. And I'm sure that might be because Suter had that ill-advised base running error in the fifth. So hopefully Cody Bach is a little bit better decision-making, as Sean Goodall here probably going to be asked to try and field a bunt again. He does show bunt. That pitch is high and outside. They throw a back pick over to first, but Bach is in safely. Bunt there over to the pitcher's mound, and that does advance Bach over into scoring position. So Sean Goodall done a great job putting down a sacrifice bunt the last 2 plate appearances. And that will bring up Rudy Perez. He is 0 for 3 this afternoon. Reached on that fielder's choice that got Suter out between second and third, his last plate appearance. Then he stole the base, and then a pop single to the infield scored him from second. Called strike there, as it looks like he's trying to bunt himself on. Pitch is in the dirt. Great job by Bunker keeping that in front of him, as that could have easily gotten past him and allowed Bach to move over into 90 more feet and 1 base closer to getting a lead here for the Panthers. Again, there is 1 out. Runner is at second base here, bottom of the seventh inning. Rudy Perez, 1-1 pitch, low. That pitch is high for ball 3. He takes that one for strike 2, fills the count at 3-2. Perez hoping to just put something into play. That strikeout here would not be beneficial, not allow a runner to advance. So looking to get something and advance the runner over, and he swings and misses after he chases that pitch that is low and outside. So a great job by Swaggerty. He's just been full of great pitching today. Pitch count's only at 87 so far in 6 2/3. Getting Rudy to chase after that. So Perez leading things off for the Panthers. He's 0 for 4 this afternoon. Now batting is Anthony Enriquez, who gets plucked in the back on the first pitch. Enriquez, before that, he got that single, normally would not be a singles. He popped that sky high in the infield, but thanks to that strong north wind, that allowed him an RBI single. And this time, plucked in the back is going to put runners at first and second. There are 2 outs, and that's going to bring up Ivan Perez. Ivan Perez has been the most dangerous for the Panthers so far, 2 for 3 with 2 singles. Fastball there. Unfortunately, that is right to the second baseman. And that's going to end the inning for the Panthers, and they are unable to score the run they needed. So the Panthers, no runs on 1 hit, no errors, strand 2 more runners. Top of the 8th inning will be the 5, 6, 7 hitter for the Mustangs. McLemore here due up for the Mustangs. He is batting 1,000 on the afternoon. And he's 2 for 2 with 2 singles and then hit by a pitch. Way out in front of that one for strike 2. Tries to get him to chase that one. That bounces up and hits him. So Matha trying to get him to chase one. Did not want that to happen on an 0-2 pitch to give him a free base. Keep him at 1,000 batting average. Reaching base safely 4 times here in the ball game. And that's going to bring up the left fielder Nichols. Nichols 0 for 3 with a fly out, fielder's choice, and a ground out. Fastball down the middle, called strike. Another sacrifice bunt puts McLemore at second in scoring position with less than 2 outs. And Boucher now batting after he's already been pinch hit for. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout and ground out into a double play. Good looking pitch there is a called strike. Puts the count at 1-2. This pitch is going to be hit into left center field, and it's going to drop in front of Goodall for a base hit. That's going to put runners at the corners with less than 2 outs. So a tough time here for the Panthers as the Mustangs threatening to take the lead here in the 8th inning. And this is Bunker coming up, the catcher. He's 0 for 2 with a fly out and a ground out. They're going to check the runner over at first. The first pitch here to Bunker is going to be hit deep into left center. And that's going to be an RBI single. Scoring McLemore. Again, McLemore hit by pitch on an 0-2 count. Howard stepping into the batter's box again, the 9-hitter, but hitting over 300. 0 for 3 on the afternoon. He shows bunt. And that's going to be 2 stolen bases for the Mustangs. Mustangs in control now. Two-0 the count now. Runners at second. 3-0. Matha falling behind quickly. There's still only 1 out here in the ball game. Shows bunt, going to be a called strike. This one's going to be popped into foul territory, out of play. Good news is that fills the count at 3-2. Bunt foul, and they get the third runner at third, Boucher, leaning too far, and Anktil's going to throw it to third. Johnson falls down but throws it back home in time and gets him tagged out. So a strikeout and then a throw out at home plate will end the inning for the Mustangs, but they do score one in the top of the eighth to take a 2-1 lead in favor of the Mustangs. Garrett Anktil called strike and then a ball. 1-1 to Swaggerty. Swaggerty's still pitching a phenomenal game. Has a lead for the first time today. Now, 1-1 pitch is going to hit Anktil in the back. So the Panthers get their first runner on due to a hit by pitch, just like the Mustangs did in the top of the inning. That's going to bring up Jose Bueno. Bueno is 0 for 2 with a walk. Quick visit by the Mustangs coach. And a bunt attempt by Bueno is going to be popped foul. Excuse me, I forgot to tell you. Douglas Rhodes is courtesy running for Anktil at first. But a popped bunt goes foul by Bueno. So even with a strong bat at the plate, he has grounded it out to first. Going to show bunt, and then he's going to pop this one up into the infield. So not what the Panthers want there, is they score a run, or they record an out without advancing a runner a base, and that's going to bring up Michael Johnson. Michael Johnson 0 for 2, hit by a pitch in this ball game. Swing and a miss on the first pitch to Johnson. That pitch misses for ball one. That's going to be a called strike as Johnson watches that one. And that pitch in the dirt is going to allow the runner to advance to second base. So the 2-2 count now for Johnson. One out here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Panthers really need get something. A swing and a miss is going to be a strike 3. So the Panthers just cannot perform with guys in scoring position today. Jordan Pella, one of the last opportunities the Panthers are going to have here with one out and 1 inning left, down by 1. Jordan Pella is 0 for 3 with a strikeout and 2 groundouts. That first pitch is high for ball 1. Next pitch is a called strike. Reaches on that one, swings and fouls it off. So he's quickly behind in the count 1-2. Pitch is in the dirt. Evens the count at 2-2. Great patience there by Jordan Pella. Not chasing after a ball in the dirt. It's going to be up the middle, and they're going to send Rhodes. The center fielder, Johnson, overruns the ball. So Pella's going to be in at second, but a 2-out RBI single will tie the ball game here. Jordan Pella, great job there on a 2-2 pitch. Laces one up the middle. That's going to score Rhodes from second. And that's going to bring up Jordan Suter. Suter already has 2 hits on the day. The last 2 times up at the plate, he has singled. One through the hole at second, and then the other one up the middle. So we'll see if Suter can keep things going here and put the Panthers in the lead. That pitch is high for ball 1. Swaggerty now over 100 pitches at 105. Panthers really need that to put the pressure back on Central Baptist going into the 9th, but we'll see if we can get more here and get at the lead. Stretches for that one. That's going to be just up the middle. Suter stays hot. 3 singles in a row, and that's going to be an RBI single with 2 outs for Jordan Suter. He really stretched on that one, just out of the reach of the shortstop. Thought it was going to be hit soft enough that the shortstop, Buchek, might have had an opportunity for it, but he is unable to grasp it. And with that, they are going to have a pitching change right now. Gill is going to be the relief pitcher for the Mustangs. So I'm going to take a quick timeout in just a minute. DJ Drews hopefully is going to take over for me as I'm going to have to run out to softball and get them started before heading back over this way. The senior day over at the softball field today. But the Panthers, 2 runs so far here in the bottom of the 8th inning. 2 outs. Jordan Suter at first. Sean Goodall at home plate. Swing and a miss on the first pitch.
Here in the top of the ninth, Central Baptist has loaded the bases with one out, and Brad Lindsley is going to come out of the bullpen. Brad threw all 7 innings yesterday in the complete game win for the Panthers. Nichols here will bat with one out. And a swing and a miss on the first pitch. The 0-1 is fouled straight back. A 3-3 ball game here in the top of the ninth. Next pitch is high for ball one. Swung on and missed for strike three, and that will be the second out of the inning. Boucher will come to the plate, 1 for 3 on the day. His last at bat, he singled to center, and that was last inning. First pitch is a strike. Pitch is sprayed down the right field line, and a diving catch by Jordan Pello will end the inning. We will go to the bottom of the ninth with the top of the order coming up for the Panthers in a 3-3 ball game. We'll be right back. Back here in the bottom of the ninth, Rudy Perez will lead it off for the Panthers. Rudy 0 for 4 on the day. He does have a run and a stolen base. First pitch from Gill is a strike. Three to three here in the bottom of the ninth. Second pitch is also a strike. The 0-2. Just misses. Low in the dirt for ball 2. 2-2 now to Rudy Perez. Pitches in, nearly hits Rudy. That will bring the count to full. Caught him looking for strike 3 as he first out of the inning. Anthony Enriquez will step to the plate. He's 1 for 3 on the day with an RBI. He was also hit by a pitch. First pitch is hammered right up the middle for a single. I'll bring Ivan Perez to the plate with 1 on and 1 out. 2 for 4 on the day is Ivan. Called strike on the first pitch, right on the outside corner. The 0-1 is fouled back. Brings the count to 0-2. A swing and a miss for the second out of the inning. Garrett Ankdill will bat with 2 outs in the inning. Anthony Enriquez on first base. Good speed at first base. A ball in a gap. Could possibly win the game for the Panthers. 3-3 here in the bottom of the 9th. The throw over to first, and it gets away. And it looks like it's going to go out of play. And it does. So Anthony Enriquez now in scoring position here. First pitch is low. Jose Bueno on deck here in the bottom of the 9th. And time was called before the pitch. Garrett 0 for 2 on the day. He's been hit by a pitch twice. Pitch is swung on straight back and out of play. Pitch is low in the dirt. Good block by the catcher. And that'll bring the count to 2 balls and 1 strike with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 9th. The winning run standing at second base in Anthony Enriquez. Anthony singled up the middle with 1 out and advanced to second on a wild throw from the pitcher. The 2-1 is low again in the dirt. 3-1 here to Garrett. First base is open. The 3-1. Pitch is by the second baseman into right field. It's bobbled, and the winning run will score. And the Panthers are going to win it 4-3 on the RBI single from Garrett Anktil. Anthony Enriquez crosses the plate, and the Panthers win it 4-3. Brad Lindsley comes out of the bullpen and will pick up the win for the Panthers. The Panthers scored 2 in the 8th and 1 in the 9th and win the ballgame 4-3. And we'll be back in about 30 minutes for Game 2.